Hi, it's Eric, your friendly neighborhood logo maker here again, Super Mega Baseball Custom Logos. And today, again, with video 48, we are going to do the Dobermans. I hadn't done a lot of dogs at this point, and I got to a point where I'm like, I really need to start doing that because there's so many good types of dog logos you can do. And later on, I've done a French Bulldog, which will be coming up in a while. I've done Bulldogs. I did whatever that Doug Spuds Mackenzie was. I've got a team that I made last night called the Junk Yard Dawgs, where it's kind of take off him. I'm still tweaking it a little bit because I'm not 100% liking it just yet. But you know, there's a lot of good dogs out there. I've got two Husky teams, having had a Husky before, so things like that. So dogs are great logos because you can make them friendly, you can make them look like they're going to tear your head off, and that's kind of where I went here with this one. All right, so a little bit of use of negative space on this one, and let's get into it. I'll show you the jerseys. These are still ones where I've done some jerseys. The black one, it shows up fairly nicely. I'd probably like to do an outline on it, but problem is with some of the work that I've done on it, outline wouldn't work really well. So I tried it on a white jersey. It was all right. You know, the black, it seems it pops up fairly well. And then on the, and that's in jersey 12. And then I did, jersey 3 over here, and I just call them the Dobies. Okay. And then for the logos, just the D. Ah, damn it. Why did I do that? I got to redo it. Oh, no, I don't have to do it. Thank you. Let's try to do it this time without deleting. In font 2, the fancy capital D, which again, can't tell you this enough, can't unsee this. This is a flared handle for a sword. Looks kind of nice. You stick the sword off in that direction over there. Looks really nice. And then for the hat, I just did the Doberman in a black circle to make it look like a patch. Okay. Colors on this one, you'll need a medium gray. You could go lighter if you wanted to, but if you look at Dobermans, I think it looks better with this gray. A darker gray, a darker red. You would still want it to be a little bit of the shiny red, so not too dark, not too cardinal. So if you can see, I use the red on the left side. I call it a little bit shinier, where it's got a little bit more brightness to it. The reds on the far right tend to be a little bit more of the darker. It gets closer to cardinal red. So I pay attention to this too. This is important. If you want brighter, use the red on the left. You want a little darker, a little bit, like I call it muted, where you take a little bit of the edge off it, almost a matte kind of finish to it. Then you want the red on the right side. So we use the red on the left here. White, and then black. Okay. And 32 layers. Start off with square 2 in black, 0, 0, 0, 1, 11. And then this is something I hadn't done before. And it took me a while to get the face the way I wanted to. And it's like I realized I was blowing through way too many layers to do the snout. And, and I was kind of looking around and like, scroll around to see if there's anything I could use, and I found heart, and I'm like, actually that might do it. So I tried it. So it's heart, you can see there. In the dark gray, 0, negative 90, 180 rotation, and 34 scale, so it's an upside down heart. Then I do ellipse 2, dark gray, 0, negative 124, 0 rotation, and 26 on the scale. And then rectangle 1 here. You could also get away with a T if you want to save layers. at the time when I was making it, I try to make it the way I want, and then I go back if I need to save layers and then use different things. So I didn't need to save a layer here. So rectangle 1 in black, 0, 1, negative 109, 270 rotation, 6 scale. Ellipse 3 in black, 0, negative 89, 0, and 15 scale. And then for the head, square 3, you could get away with rectangle, but if you, it just because of the way I wanted each side of the head to kind of to curve and slope back in a shade. It's kind of the reason why I went with what I did. Light gray, negative 50, 33, 0, rotation, 24 scale. Copy flip, 50, 33, 0, rotation, 24 scale. Then I do the arrowhead for the ears, and then take advantage of the black in the background to finish out the ear. Again, saving a layer. And that's the reason why this was done. Could have probably accomplished this with a very large Swish 10, that would look a little different. Arrowhead 2 really works well for ears. Also beaks. Okay, so if you like a beak of a bird, you know, for you needed edge or wing, things like that, it's good for things like that. I actually got a new snake logo I worked on yesterday where I used this as the major part of the shape too, so it works out nicely. Very versatile. So light gray, 65, 113, 0, rotation, 24 scale. Copy flip, negative 64, 113, 0, rotation, 24 scale. And then rectangle 1, I needed some in the face here. It's in the light gray. 0, negative 20, 0, and 30 on the scale. Then we go over to pinched oval 1 in black, negative 64, 1, 298, rotation, 13 scale. Copy flip, 64, 1, 62 rotation, and 13 on the scale. Pointy chevron 1 in black, negative 54, 40, 203 rotation, 19 scale. And copy flip, 54, 40, 146, and 19 scale. And then shield 7, give a little bit of color there in the middle of the face. 0, negative 118, 0, and 13 on the scale. Swish 10, finish off the eye, and give a little bit of finesse to the face there. In black, negative 43, negative 20, 31 rotation, 23 scale. Half circle rim, and if you saw the previous video of the warthogs, how I did this so that, you know, I didn't have to do a lot with the eyes and just can do this nice simple step to make the eyes pop really well. And that's why I also said use the left reds when you want a little bit of a brightness to it. And so half circle rim in that brighter red, negative 59, negative 4, 66 rotation, and 6 scale. All right, and then do the eye on the other side, swish 10 black, 43, negative 20, 327 rotation, 23 scale, half circle rim, 61, negative 3, 290 rotation, and 6 scale. Bend 1 to finish off like the cheekbone there. In the lighter gray, negative 77, negative 49, 280 rotation, 14 scale. Copy flip, 77, negative 49, 80, and 14 scale. And then circle 1, so it can finish off and do the mouth in black. 0, negative 152, 0 on the rotation, and 14 on the scale. And so I could have also used the half circle rim if I wanted to as well, but at this point I already knew that I couldn't do outline because of all the stuff that you're going to see in a couple of seconds. So I just went with the circle. And then quadrant 1 in the light gray, negative 1, negative 146, 45, and 6 on the scale. Like that in triangle 1, just to give a little style to the top of the head. In black, 0, 60, 180, 16 rotation, and then swish 10, and this would stick out if you did the outline on this. That's the reason why I don't do outline on this. Swish 10 in the dark gray, negative 66, negative 55, 301 rotation, 16 scale, copy flip, 66, negative 55, 59 rotation, 16 scale. And then another swish black that'll cover a part of the gray before it. Negative 63, negative 72, 320 rotation and 16 scale. Copy flip, 62, negative 72, 40 rotation and 16 scale. And then swish 1 to make those eyes look a little angrier. Negative 64, 9, 21 rotation, 21 scale. Copy flip, 64, 9, 339 rotation and 21 in the scale. And then triangle 3 in black, negative 31, negative 77, 4 rotation, 12 scale. And to finish off the nose, copy flip it, 31, negative 77, 356 rotation, 12 scale. And there you go. The Dobermans. Took me probably about an hour and a half. Once I got the heart part down, that really made a big difference in this one. And again, if you need to save some layers because you want to do some things differently or add some more things to the face, you can take out the 2 squares for the top of the head and make it into a rectangle. Right here where the nose is, you can make that into a T. Various different fonts you could use on that to save layers there. Again, I like the way this one looks. I think it pops on the jersey really nicely. It looks a lot better in gameplay, to be honest. But it also looks very nice. And of course, they got to play at the motor yard. I mean, seriously, is there any other place that you would put a Doberman? All right, so there you go. In not even 12 minutes, a really nice logo. Looks, it's a symmetrical one. And next we're gonna do a side one called the Kingfish for video 49. That's coming up next. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, and thank you for your support.